Everyone, hello, Roberto here, but not for a video review. It's for episode 45. Yes, it is 45 of Look Back. Yeah, basically where I look back at what I reviewed 1 year ago and 5 years ago and see what basically whether those products are still available and what I think now, basically. And hello there, Scotty. How are you doing? Good to see you. Are you in the UK today, or are you out and about somewhere in some random country? Well, not random country, but other country. Hope you're having a nice time either way. It's a lovely day in the UK today, actually. It started off pretty dismal, but it's actually quite warm now. So, yeah, not bad. Very much of a spring day today, so pretty good. But yes, but good to see you, Scotty. We're doing well. Good to see you, and good to see everyone else as well, of course. Yeah, so first of all, before I go on too much, I'll just mention I did have a few, basically a year ago, I did a few interesting videos. I did obviously the member review exclusives. Let's see if I can. Well, let's get the graphics up first. How about that? I did have a bit of a practice before I came in, but of course it's all left my head as quickly as it as quickly as it arrived. So let's see, where are we? There we go. 1 year ago. They are 1 year ago. How about that? That's a good start. And then let's see. Okay. There we go. There we are. So yeah. So let's see what I did about. Let's have a look. Where are member videos? Where are they? So first of all, I did this one. Yes. What's this one? I think this is the Ferrero Rocher ice cream. Yes. I don't think I mentioned this last time. Hopefully I didn't. Anyway, sometimes it would. I've already mentioned this. But yeah, Ferrero Rocher ice cream is a member exclusive. Bronze members and above, if I can speak. Yes. If you're a bronze member, check that out. If you've not done so already, good one to see. Good one to see. And of course this one as well. This is the This is basically Tony's and. Ben and Jerry's did a collaboration. I think they're still doing it actually, where essentially they I don't know, they both had this sort of chocolate love affair, sort of, I don't know, branding going on really, but neither products sort of really, I think, sort of quite reached the potential really. But anyway, this was the ice cream one with a Tony's chocolate bar. But what's it actually called? What was it called? Ben and Jerry's Chocolonely love affair. I think that was just it basically. So yeah, it wasn't really a Tony's product. It was a bit disappointing really, and it was just a bit, I don't know, just seemed a bit, I don't know, a bit half-hearted basically, half-baked to me, you might say. You're home this weekend. Yes, I was in London yesterday for a funeral. Sorry to hear that, Scott. Hopefully it went well. And one of those things, isn't it? Can always, I don't know, funerals. As you get older, Scotty, it's it was weddings when you're younger. Now it's just funerals when you're older. So it's one of those, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know if there might work things to work. Well, first of all, you've put a space after the exclamation mark, so I don't think that'll work. But it's not worked for some time, has it? So I don't know whether it actually still works or not. I might need to look into this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Nightbot still appears, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe it's not working. I'll have to look into that. One of those. But either way. But yeah, glad you're doing okay, Scotty. And hopefully yesterday went well. Yeah, so, yeah, difficult one, isn't it, those? But yes, last a year ago, I was doing lots of poll analysis as well. I think I threw a load of polls out there, so just to find what people thought. So a year ago as well, I did sort of various polls. I'll put these in the description after I finished. But basically, what was your favourite sort of classic bar from Mars, Snickers, Twix, things like this? And also, what's your favourite Ben and Jerry's? And what's your favourite snack bar? I think I have options such as like Blue Ribbon, things like that. Interesting ones, really. Yeah. So yeah, go check those out. Interesting one. I'll say I will put them in the links in the description after the event. After this is gone, might just move the camera maybe slightly that way. I feel like I'm going over to the. Let's see. There we go. The camera sort of has some kind of intelligence. It follows me around. You'll see it's actually going back. I'm moving it this way, but it'll recenter me maybe. So yeah, I have to. All right. Anyway, that might do. We'll see how it goes. Listen, good evening, Shuri. Yeah, good to see you. Yes, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, thanks, Shuri. How are you doing? Hopefully you're okay today. Just mentioned about the Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Basically the collaboration with Tony's Chocolonely. So yeah, maybe I don't know if you've had that one, but interesting one. Although they basically work both ways. So, as you probably know, Tony's did some chocolate bars based on Ben and Jerry's, but they weren't actual Ben and Jerry's flavours really, or not specifically anyway, so they're a bit disappointing. And then of course this was the other way around, and again it wasn't really a Tony's flavour, I don't think. It was just a bit, I don't know, as I say, half-baked really. But good to see you, Sherry, good to see you, Scotty. Glad you're both doing well. Yes, what did we, let's have a look, 1 year ago. So we'll go back, I think we always do 5 years ago first, don't we? I think so anyway. Let's do 5 years ago first, there we are. So let's have a look. Okay, let's have a seat and we'll get the other thing in. There we go. Hang on. Yep, there we are. Right, we're about ready. So yeah, so what did I review 5 years ago? Let's have a look. Let's find the first one first. Yes, Blue Ribbon. Yes, Blue Ribbon. Is it caramel? Is it? I think it's especially called caramel. Let's have a look. Find my actual notes. Yes, let's say Blue Ribbon caramel. Yeah, basically. Yes. What did I give this one? I gave this. was a bit surprised that I gave it this, actually. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I gave it 5 years back. Basically, I was saying that, well, first of all, it's not just caramel flavour. It actually had a chew to it. It had caramel in it. You know, so you might think, oh, it's just going to be caramel flavour. Done a recent hazelnut one, haven't they, where it's just flavoured hazelnut. You know, other things in the past. But this one actually had caramel in it. It had a caramel layer at the top, and it had a really nice chew to it as well. It was funny how the caramel was at the top rather than the middle. But I actually quite like the aesthetic look of that. Although it probably might have worked better had it been in the middle as a sort of taste or what have you, or as a texture. Basically, yeah, but it looked great. And as I say, it actually had a chewy sense in it. It actually had caramel. So imagine that, you know. So pretty much a different bit of a change. This one. I gave this 3 out of 5, but to be honest with you, I think that was too low. You know, I think the fact it had a nice chew in it. So I think the caramel didn't really taste of much, but it had, as I say, a good chew, and it was just nice, a good, interesting take on Blue Ribbon. So whether does it boost it up to a 3.5, or a 4. I'm feeling a bit generous today, you know. I'm feeling a bit generous. You know, maybe the good weather's got me in too much of a good mood. I'm not sure, but I'm going to say now 4 out of 5. I'm going to say, you know, I think it just the fact that it's flavoured, you know, no, not flavoured rather, it's chewy, actually has caramel in it. Looked great. You know, nice take on the Blue Ribbon. You know, the dark chocolate one's still my favourite, I think, but it was yeah, very interesting, that one, and you know, but unfortunately not around anymore. A bit of a shame that. Yes, not a particular ice cream fan. Have a small bit once every few months, I think that says. Yes, a few years maybe. Yeah, goodness me, I'll have to make the thing a bit bigger. There we go. Yeah, see. Yeah, a few years, crikey. Well, I must admit, I've not had any for a long time. That's because I'm on a diet at the moment. I do love ice cream. I do love it. I do love it a lot, yes. Some of them, I mean, might be, well, I don't know. If you don't like ice cream, you don't like ice cream, I guess. But there are some interesting ones these days, sure. You know, so for some of these chocolate, some of these Ben and Jerry ones and things, and some of them based on chocolate bars, and they actually were pretty nice. The white chocolate Biscoff was a lovely one when they did that one. I mean, it was, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say you necessarily had to be a massive fan of Biscoff. It just was really nice. It was just a very, very nice one. Yeah, very nice. Worth trying. If you're going to have a try of one, I think that's a good one. Most Ben and Jerry's, to be honest with you. Half Baked's probably my favourite, but although I like many, I like a lot of them, Ben and Jerry's. Yeah. But as I say, you save yourself a lot of calories because they're very unhealthy ice creams, has to be said. They're very unhealthy. Really are, so, you know. All right, and yeah, so what else did we do 5 years ago? What's this? Oh, Reese's, yeah, Reese's, well, basically Reese's Egg, I guess. Yeah, so what did I give this one? I gave this, you probably can already imagine what this is going to be like. I actually gave this 4.5 out of 5, I think, if I can find the thing. I'm not quite on the ball yet. There we go. 4.5 out of 5. I gave this 4.5 out of 5, I think, because Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, massive fan of those generally. I've still got my heart. I've had it on my sideboard for about 5 years now, maybe 5 years. At least 4 years. And it's still going strong. It's just collecting a bit of dust. But other than that, it still seems fine. And that was my £1/2 peanut butter cup. It's like 1,000 calories in it or something. So you got 2 in the pack. I think you get the first one, but just, you know, it's just too much to have the second one. So I've just kept it, and it's just an ornament now. But it seems to be going strong. I think you could still eat it. Well, whether I will or not, I'm not sure. But either way, Reese's Peanut Butter, yeah, cream egg. Yes, this one, basically, it's the same as a Reese's Peanut Butter cup, just in cream egg form or egg form, you know. Slightly smaller than other chocolate eggs. I probably, you know, cream eggs like cream egg itself. Other Cadbury ones, I think Lindt ones are a bit, you know, a bit smaller size as well, so it's probably similar to that size. The thing with this one is you basically know what you're going to get. It's a Reese's Peanut Butter cup just in an egg shape. It's no different really. But, you know, obviously like Reese's, you know, which I do, I think this one's a winner really. But the thing is with me, I don't know, I feel like the chocolate as well, by the way, wasn't that great. It's more just it's just there to hold the, you know, as you know, when tasting Reese's Peanut Butter cups, it's just kind of there to hold in the Reese's Peanut Butter centre really. What do I think these days? I'm not too sure. I think it's a close one. I think it's certainly closer to a 4 than a 5, that's for sure. I'm tempted to mark it down a bit really. I don't know. I do really like them though. I do really like Reese's Peanut Butter cups. They are very nice. Should I mark it down? Well, say I'm in a good mood. Maybe I shouldn't. But I feel that I don't know. It's touch and go between a 4 and a 4.5. Maybe I should just keep it the same because I'm not too sure. But I do feel like it could have something a bit more, wowsome about it really. So I'm gonna mark it down a bit. I'm gonna say it's a 4 out of 5. But on another day, it could be a 4.5. So it is one of them. But yeah, I certainly don't think it's a 5 out of 5, that's for sure. So there we go. But yeah, I think, you know, still a good mark, still very nice, still very tasty, but maybe just needs maybe these days, I think, you know, just not quite as exciting as it was basically. So there we go. Yeah, interesting, but not too bad. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a see. So let's reverse the graphics. How about that? If I can. Okay, there we go. Oh, hang on. Yep, there we are. Right, yes, okay. And turn off that image as well. So what else do we do for 5 years? Now, Divine. Remember Divine chocolate? And that used to be a massive thing. I mean, it's still around, of course. But most products are fair trade one way or another now, aren't they? You know, Nestle, Cocoa Plan, Cadbury, Cocoa Life, whatever, or the other way around. You know, so I kind of feel like these bars, you know, are perhaps not quite the bars they were insofar as their relevance. Because I think, you know, when they first came around, especially 20-odd years ago, you know, especially when there's that furore around Nestle not backing fair trade or whatever it was and things like this. I think, you know, there's more of a point to these bars, but I think nowadays, I don't know, very hard to sort of. This is why Tony's, for instance, I'm sure he's a big fan of Tony's. They kind of go this anti-slavery route now because being fair trade isn't really enough anymore because most chocolate's Rainforest Alliance certified, as you see in my reviews and things like this. So what did I give this one? I gave, let's see if I can find it. Let's have a look. Yes, okay, yep. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Let's see if I can find the graphics as well. That would help. Let's see, 3.5, yep. Yeah, so yeah, 3.5 out of 5. The thing was, it was quite nice white chocolate, and it was quite nice the way it was, you know, you knew what you were getting. There was no flourishes on it. It was very, the packaging was very tight to it. It was pretty, you know, pretty good from all that point of view. But nowadays, you know, it is just a white chocolate. It doesn't taste anything particularly special. It was okay. I think the main issue with it, again, is the fact that it's just, you know, the selling point from the USP or whatever, it just doesn't exist anymore for this. I don't really know. You know, I'm not really sure that there's much. I don't know. Do people still buy this bar? I know it's still around, but you rarely see them. I don't. Yeah, the Divine bars. I did see them not too long ago, but I don't know. I'm not sure if there's any massive purpose to these anymore. Really, I guess it's maybe there's more profit goes to farmers of these. I'm not really sure on this one. I don't know if there is more to, you know, to these, other than the fact that they're just, you know, fair trade or what have you. But yeah, interesting one. But they are quite expensive and they are very small. So I don't know. I don't know if you've ever seen this bar before. Well, that says it all, I think, Shuri. Yeah. So I say Divine was, you know, they weren't very famous or anything, but they were definitely sort of a bit like what Tony's are now. Really, back in the day, they just were sort of expensive product that had like a moral high ground by supporting fair trade, because a lot of other products at the time, from what I remember, didn't. And I say Nestle were a specific example where there was quite a big furore about it at the time, 20-odd years ago. But I say most products these days, most chocolate products, tend to be fair trade. You know, so it's not really got that X factor anymore, that USP or whatever, unique selling point, whatever it is. So I think for me, these ones, I don't know, they're still probably about the same. But I think the fact that they're quite expensive, you know, is definitely a factor these days. And they're very small as well. You know, for that bar alone, you're probably talking, I'm sure they're over £1 or something like that. They're not cheap. So I think I'm going to say the same, really. I never really sort of mark things down specifically for being expensive, but it's definitely a factor in this one. There's nothing too special about it. It was okay. If anything, it's closer to a 3 than a 4, that's for sure. But I think 3.5. It was a nice white chocolate. It wasn't, you know, horrible or anything like that, or sickly. It wasn't too bad. But, you know, it wasn't much above average, really. That much above average. So, yeah. So, there we go. So, nice product, though, all the same. Nice product. But like Shuri mentions, I mean, you know, don't really hear about them anymore, you know, and certainly the relevance of them is certainly not really there, that's for sure. So, it doesn't seem to be anyway, from what I can tell. And then we'd have Barney. What's this? Barney's Barney's Duo Bear Bar. It's called, this one. I don't know if you can still get these. I'm sure you get Barney's Bar, but I don't think you get Barney Duo Bear Bars anymore. I'm not sure. You might be able to. Now this one actually was a massive surprise. Now it's a cake bar. I'm usually very you know, a bit of trepidation about these bear cake bars and things. Usually very all sponge, basically, not much else. And they do lots of limited edition ones, and they have all, you know, there might be a different colour sponge or something like that, but they generally just are all sponge and not much else. It's not a very nice sponge either, it's just very normal or flavourless, you know, this, that and the other. But this one, give us a 4 out of 5, but it's very surprised with this one. It was unique looking as well, it had a bit of effort in it. It actually looked like a teddy bear. I don't know if you can quite see that picture in the on the screen there, but it did look like a teddy bear, and the paws were a different colour, like it was like a brown bear, and the lighter brown for the paws. which is very nice, possibly for the face as well. So really interesting. And it had 2 fillings in as well. It had like I think there was basically 3 parts to this product. There was the head, the body, and the bottom, I guess, the legs. And those sort of, and I think one thing against it was, and I can kind of understand why, it's a children's product. It didn't have any filling in the head really, and I imagine that's because obviously it could look a bit bad if I don't know, it's got jam in it or something like that, and they might be a bit worried about any negative press if the real, if the wrong photo was shown online about the about, I don't know, the head being decapitated or something like that, and the filling coming out. So so there is that, and I can kind of get it. Nonetheless, maybe that isn't the reason. It's just some other reason. But anyway, it's about 2 fillings in, like a cream filling and a jam filling in. So the cream was like in the middle, and the jam at the bottom, or vice versa. So it looked great, and the sponge tasted nice as well. It had 2 fillings in it. Just a really good product, this one, and it just really stands out. As I say, cake bars I generally rate quite low half the time because they're just very disappointing. They're all the same, generally just have a sponge and you just change the top, whereas these Barney ones, there's different types as well. There was different types of duo bars as well. I think one had hazelnut cream and chocolate cream or something like that when I was looking online earlier. But as I said, I don't know if you can still get them now. I think you can get the regular Barney ones, but these ones I'm not sure. But really, really nice one, this one, and I was very surprised. And to be honest with you, I think my only criticism was perhaps there was just a bit too much sponge maybe, but I think I was being a bit harsh there really, because as I say, there's lots of filling in there, and the sponge was nice as well. It wasn't like it was a bland, horrible sponge. It was actually quite a nice one. So I think for me, I'm going to rate this one up. I'm going to say, it's a 4.5 out of 5. I think it was really good cake bar actually, and I definitely recommend you trying these ones, and good for kids as well. It looked nice. There was a lot of effort put into it. It looked good. It had multiple colours of sponge in it. It had multiple fillings, and it all tasted nice. So a winner, this one. Yeah, a real winner. Maybe, as I say, maybe the only criticism might be that there could be filling at the top as well, just to have more filling in, but it was a reasonable good amount. So it was a good product, that one, and I definitely recommend it. And maybe even the regular Barney bars, if they're still around. I'm sure they are. I'm sure I saw them not too long ago in the supermarket, but I'd check them out either way. But this duo one was really good indeed. So definitely impressed with that. Definitely impressed. Right, so I think we're actually now on to what are we on to now? I think we're actually on to 1 year ago now. Have I done all 4? Goodness me, that went quite quick. Now I'm going to do. By the way, I've got. I do have some memberships to give away, so make sure that you're accepting membership gifting. In the options, if you go click on the join button underneath the channel, it says join. Then there'll be an options button. I would say options or settings or 3 dots or something like that. Click on that, and then you should have a slider to say accept membership gifting. So I'm going to gift 5 memberships. I don't believe I've done it yet, so hopefully for this month I've got 5 left. So we'll do that in a second while I'm just transitioning the graphics. So as I say, you've got that time to enable membership gifting, and it does give you, basically you'll be a support member. It does give you, I do member exclusive reviews, as you know, 1 a week for bronze members and above generally. And you'll get, and the bronze members get access to all the backlog, but support members get access to 1 of these reviews a month, basically. Not the backlog, unfortunately, but so there we go. So you do get that. There's a chance to win. So some people have won multiple times, so some people have all the luck. But but you have to have opted in. I don't really think there's any reason not to do that. But obviously, just read the small print if there is any. But there we go. Alright, so we'll do that in a second. I'll just remove this image and then we're going to do it. So if I can just find where the image is. There we go. Right, okay. There we are. Yes. Alright, so let's gift. Let's find the option. Where is it? Here we go. Membership gifting. Alright. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's gift. Let's see what happens. Who's going to get them? Good luck, everyone. Alright, it's been announced in the live chat. Not sure who's got it. Let's see. Let's see if I can read it. Okay, yes. Harv004. Thomas Rasmussen, DNA, Vex, and Ronnie. Well done all 4 of you, or 5 of you even. Yes, well done. Yeah, good stuff. No one's won it before, I don't think, of those people. So I haven't noticed anything in the channel before. So maybe the sort of lurkers in the background. But congratulations. Don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, leave a comment. Let me know. But congratulations to the 5 of you. So as I say, Herv004, Thomas Rasmussen, DNA, Vex, and Ronnie as well. So there we go. Good stuff. Can't quite make out the images there of the people, but there we go. So great stuff, right. So what did we review 1 year ago? So we've got the graphics ready. Good stuff indeed. Sergeant Sweep. Hello there, Sweep. Good to see you again. Snickers with peanut butter ace. I've never tried that actually. Yes, how do you do that then? Do you actually just literally spread peanut butter on it, or do you dip it in? What do you do? That sounds an interesting one. Never tried that. Now this is one thing the channel maybe should do, but obviously difficult one because I've got to review everything about everything twice, dipped in peanut butter and not. They sell them in Morrison's, do they? Goodness me. I didn't say. Oh, I see what you're saying. Ah, yes, I think I have reviewed these ones. Yeah, sorry. For some reason, I was thinking it was your own your own special technique of doing it. But yeah, I have reviewed these before. Yeah, they are nice. They are nice as well. The butterscotch ones as well were very good. Get them in B&M, I think. I don't know if it's still available, but I really like those actually. I think it was butterscotch. But yeah, very nice indeed. Very nice. Yes, good to see you, Sweep. Good to see you. Yeah, check those out. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, there's a brownie one as well that was in B&M, but it wasn't quite as good. I mean, it was all right, but that one missed the mark for me. It was still tasty, yeah, definitely check out the butterscotch one. You'd be surprised because I was thinking it was butterscotch anyway. It could have been salted caramel. I don't know if you see. Let's have a look. Let me see. Let's have a look on my channel. Let's obviously. I'm intrigued now to what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. You'll some of them stick out. But these ones wasn't. Yeah, it was butterscotch. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, butterscotch. Yeah, very nice indeed. So I reviewed that last December. Very nice. Yeah, definitely recommend that one, Sweep, if you can see that. Just was really worked very nicely. Sounds interesting. I've never been a fan of butterscotch, although the process of making it is very, it's very nice sounding. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of it, to be honest with you. But the Snickers one, it wasn't what you'd think it was. Basically, it's just flavoured, really, caramel, I think, or the nougat, I think it was. It was a nougat actually, just slightly flavoured. So it didn't actually have butterscotch in, but it was really, it just worked very nicely. It had that lovely texture of Snickers as well. Yeah. Worth a try. I don't think you'll dislike it. Let's put it that way. But yeah. But yes, good to see you, Sweep. Good to see you. Yes, what did I review 1 year ago? Yes, so Tony's. Well, we talked about this before. This Tony's collaboration with Ben and Jerry's. Here's the sort of Tony's Ben and Jerry's bar. Which was this one? I think this was a cheesecake one. Now, I know Ben and Jerry's have done a cheesecake one in the past or do now, but at the time it wasn't available. It's basically just just Tony's own bar really. Nothing really to do with Ben and Jerry's, so it was a bit disappointing. It's still not quite the same either. Why not just do a cookie dough one, or a fish food one, or a half-baked one, or a baked Alaska one? Why not do any of these famous Ben and Jerry's flavours? Why not do them? This is more like a Haagen-Dazs one. That's kind of what I said. White strawberry cheesecake, this one was called. Yeah, so 3.5 out of 5 is what I gave it. See if we can make sure we got the right one. Yes, there we go. 3.5 out of 5 I gave it. So one of them. So yeah, I think I was being, I don't know, quite. Wasn't being too harsh on it. It was still a nice bar. It's better than the other one they did, which had the, what was it, the dark chocolate brownie or whatever it was called, which just had those like chalky dark chocolate chunks, which just weren't very nice. Oh, you too. Oh, thank you very much, Sweep. Thank you very much. Yes. No, nice to see you again. Nice to see you. Amazing how far time's flying. Maybe it's been a few months since you last on in the live. Yeah, I can't believe it really. Going so quickly. But good to see you anyway. Good to see you, as I say. White strawberry cheesecakes, yeah, so look really nice. And the thick bars, always Tony's are really big bars. They've got a lot going about them. But they are expensive. But you do get quite a lot for your money. Well, you do get quite a lot still. Perhaps not for your money, but you still get quite a lot. So not like the Divine ones, which are just expensive and actually very small. But the thing is, I say it's more like Haagen-Dazs. This one, it misses the mark. It was a nice one, all the same, but just not. Where's the Ben and Jerry's in it? There just isn't really there. Yeah, definitely a fan of that bar. Yeah, it wasn't horrible or anything, but yeah, it was missed opportunity. I mean, of all the Ben and Jerry's flavors, I mean, maybe Ben and Jerry's didn't let them because they wanted to do their own. Maybe they want to reserve it so they can do their own bar at some point. But it's meant to be for charity, or well, not charity. It's meant to have a good cause behind it. So, but yeah, I don't know. The collaborations for me didn't seem to work very well, really, for me, especially on the Tony side. These Ben and Jerry's bars were just weren't Ben and Jerry's. But nonetheless, it wasn't horrible. I'm sure you wouldn't like it. I wasn't much of a fan. I mean, I didn't dislike this one. I thought it was better than the other one. Mind you, might possibly thinking about the other one, sure you possibly, weren't you? The dark chocolate brownie, whatever it was. That was just really didn't work with my teeth at all. My teeth just didn't like that one. It's just not a nice consistency. But nonetheless, this one, I think this one's about the same, to be honest with you. So I can find the right graphic. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5, basically the same. And it's not horrible. I mean, most chocolate products, the average chocolate product is a nice product, which is a 3 out of 5. So it had something going about it. The strawberry cheesecake had nice crunchy bits in, dried strawberry pieces in it, and biscuit pieces. It had something about it, but just overall, just didn't blow me away. So yeah, but yeah, one of those. I mean, I'm not. I mean, hopefully, sure he's not going to hate me for it, but I'm not the biggest Tony's Chocolonely fan. I don't dislike them, but they rarely are above a 3.5 for me generally. But this, yeah, I don't know. This one, I don't know. I just feel like it's just a missed opportunity. It could have been so much better. Really could have been this one. Yeah, but it wasn't, which is a shame. Which is a shame. Now you might be looking off to one side every now and again. I'm looking at my notes. I'm looking at the screen for the graphics. So apologies for this. I'm not sure if there's a way around it basically because the camera's right in front of me. And obviously I can't. The camera will obscure the view if I. Yeah. So there we go. So there we are. Right. Okay. So what do we do next? Yes, and this one as well. The Terry's. Yeah, Terry's. Special Easter edition. What's it actually officially called? I think it's just called that, isn't it? Terry's Chocolate Orange Easter Edition. Yes, so basically, Terry's release essentially mini eggs of their own, and kind of they're not too. They are literally mini eggs, although they have like carmine in them or what have you. Basically, not suited for vegetarians. Have the sort of the crushed beetle colouring in them. And it has a bit of a funny taste for me as well. Those ones, but I don't think this is the case in these ones. So if you have the Terry's Chocolate Orange mini egg bar, it's more similar to that really, where it's not actually mini eggs, little flying saucers, I guess you'd say, mini M&Ms almost. But this one, they're all crushed bits actually, so it wasn't actually as interesting as you'd think, because obviously those mini egg pieces have just Terry's Chocolate Orange inside them. So unless you're getting the crunch, you're just getting more Terry's Chocolate Orange, so it doesn't have any effect really, So that was the problem with them, because they were like smashed up pieces, because the segments were quite thin in places, because nowadays they've made them sort of they're not flat anymore on the side, so they've made them sort of have a bit of a lip to them, to try and to reduce the weight of them, as you might have seen if you've seen my other reviews. To mention that almost every time really. You can't have full mini eggs in them, because the segments are too thin. It could probably break them and wouldn't hold the structure. So they've had to break them up. So these little mini, basically mini Smarties, mini M&M size things, they had to crush them up. So unfortunately, it means you don't get much of a crunch. You don't really taste them if you don't get the crunch, because the filling of these mini, these mini crunch bits, that goes in this orange, just don't have no taste if you can't taste the crunch, because it's pointless really. So that was the one problem with it really. That was a bit of a problem. Yes. No hate here, sir. My parents hate Tony's chocolate. I was saying. Oh dear. Well, I guess yeah. Well, I guess you can't hate anyone in that case, can you really? But yeah, one of those. I think it's a strange one, Tony's chocolate. I don't know. It just seems a bit. I don't know. I find it a bit of a funny one, really, and I find the premise for the bar is a bit funny as well. This anti-slavery motif and stuff like that. And I find that the message isn't very obvious. I feel like they're quite expensive as well. They're a funny product, really. I don't know. Yeah, they're a bit like the Divine bars, as I say, back in the day, but the equivalent. Just I don't know. Yeah. But I guess they had a bit of something more about them, and this anti-slavery thing, I'm not sure, because all the fair trade stuff kind of implies that it's a bit that way inclined. It's all helping farmers and things. So I don't know, bit of a funny one. And then, as I say, all the segments meant to look like the west coast of Africa, but you can't tell really unless you know. The slavery thing's all quite small on the bars, and it only has the stuff about them on the bigger bars. If you get the smaller ones, it doesn't have them. Anyway, it's a very strange one. Yeah. So I don't know. For me, I don't know. Just even the message I find a bit odd, but yeah, so if you look at the actual chocolate, it's not it's not I was gonna say it's not my favourite, but it's not horrible, that's for sure. Other than that Ben and Jerry's collaboration one, which was a bit off for me. But yeah, this one, Terry's Chocolate Orange, as you probably know, but it's just in case you don't. It's basically an orange, it's shaped like an orange, and chocolate comes off in segments if you give it a bit of a tap. So it's a very nice gimmick and everything, really nice. And this one's not going to be any worse than that, but I feel like the problem with it was that the crunchy bits were just, because they were smashed into pieces, these little mini sort of M&M Smarties style affairs, you just lost a lot of the crunch basically, and that's purely because, in my opinion, from what I could see, the fact that they've reduced the size of each of the segments so they're a bit thinner in places. They couldn't make them the bigger size because they might just actually not fit in the chocolate and cause problems with the structure. So what did I give it? I've not mentioned what I gave it, have I really? I should have done that by now. But I gave it a 4 out of 5 basically. I gave it a 4 out of 5. And I think, to be honest with you, it's pretty much the same. 4 out of 5. Based on all I've said, it's still nice. It does have some odd shortcomings, as I say, but it's based on the foundations very sound. Let's put it that way, you know. So yeah, 4 out of 5. So there we go. There we are. Yes. Yes, breaking the bar is a pain in the behind. It's a funny one, isn't it? Yeah, and they're very straight. The segments as well. I guess it's quite nice and quite interesting, but it is a funny. Yeah, it's a funny one. It's a funny product, really. But it does have its fans, yourself included. So there we go. Yes, I'm still waiting that killer one where they do a really, really good one. I just feel like they've not done any. All the flavors are quite standard as well. I'm just want a really interesting flavor from them, and that's what I'm really, really looking forward to. Sure, you know. I mean, I know they do some nice ones, like, you know, but they're all quite standard. I want a really a sort of killer flavor from them, and it's strange how they just haven't done one. You know, I don't know. As in something really interesting, something like, there's lots of other, like Phase is one of my favorite chocolate makers, and they do lots of interesting, you know, quirky, not ridiculously interesting, you know, as in like, I don't know, it's not like the popping candy milkshake wonders or anything like that, you know, but they're nice, interesting sort of combinations, and they taste great as well. And I just haven't seen anything like that from Tony's. I'm confident you like that caramel biscuit bar. Yeah, I've still got to review. I'm not done it yet. I'm going to review the Tony's egg actually today after this, so that's what I'm reviewing today, and with all the mini eggs as well. So I can probably only review that today because there's so much to it, but that's my plan for today. But yes, I think I will like that bar. As I say, it does sound a nice one, I must say. Fingers crossed anyway, sure. Fingers crossed. All right, yes, then what else do we do? Well, here we go. Munchies Gold with Karamak. Yeah, remember this? Well, Karamak's been cancelled now, isn't it? I think you can still potentially get this, I think. But obviously it won't be available for much longer. Hi there, Joe. Great to see you. Good to see you. How's things in Brazil today? Yeah, I hope you're having a good day. It's been, well, we've not got quite the same weather as you'll have, I'm sure. But it's quite sunny out. It's definitely even more spring-like today than it was last week. And I think it was getting there last week. Lovely, lovely bright day. It's, yeah, nice. 4:30, and it's very bright still. Doesn't have any sign of going down. So very nice indeed. So yeah, so what did I give? What did I give these ones? Well, Munchies got. To be honest with you, I was very disappointed with these ones. Very disappointed with these. And what did I give? I gave them a 2 out of 5. These ones. Basically said that the caramel biscuits work well too, because it does have the caramel and the biscuit. It does kept that part, but it was the sort of the Karamak or the chocolate covering, whatever it was, and it wasn't, you know. Yeah, it just wasn't. No, let me just check. I'm not confusing. Yeah. It was just. I don't know, it was just a bit, the caramel, it just didn't quite work. It just didn't work with it, really. You know, with the caramel and the biscuit. It was quite powdery as well. I guess Karamak is quite powdery, you know, so there is that. But it was just quite not a nice taste for it. It didn't work well with the Munchies. I think Munchies are one of those weird ones where they're not a great product, but they seem to punch above the weight a bit. And I feel like this one just sort of showed that if there's something not quite done right about them, it's not the best product in the world. And I think that was this, really. Just didn't quite work very well for me. I say quite powdery, not very pleasant. So I think it's the same. I don't think it's less than that, but it's 2 out of 5 essentially. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I'm jealous. I'd kill for Tony's product right now, but I said yes. They aren't gluten safe. Hope you enjoy the egg. Oh, it's a shame that, isn't it? Yeah. Well, let me know if you do spot some good chocolate that is gluten free, and I'll try and review that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there must be some options out there now. It seems to definitely be a thing where I see lots of gluten-free products, but I've not checked them out specifically. But let me know, sure. Let me know. I had these Karamak Munchies a few weeks ago, and I thought they were rather gross. Yeah, they're just not pleasant. They're not pleasant. I don't know. Yeah, I think Karamak's a bit of a. It's a bit like Marmite, really. Well, it's not quite like Marmite, but there's a following to it, and it's quite interesting to have. But it's definitely a product that. Well, obviously, you know, discontinued, so people obviously not buying it as much. But it was definitely a product that was a bit, you know, it was. I wouldn't say like a guilty pleasure, but it was certainly, you know, I don't think it was the best product in the world, but nonetheless, still, you know, it was still a bit of an experience and nice to have. But I think out of context, you know, in something like this, it just doesn't work, you know. Yeah. Doing well, very well, thanks. How have you been, or how's the week been? Yeah, not been too bad actually, Joe. Not been too busy this week, I must say. Weeks are just flying by as always. Even today's been quite busy. I've been all over the place and got a few things to do still. Yeah, so oh dear, yeah, can't. The weeks just fly by and the weekends go by, and yeah, so it's one of those, but not bad. How's your week been, Joe? Have you been doing okay? What have you been up to? Anything nice? And unfortunately, didn't win a membership again, Joe. It's did the competition, it didn't win one again, unfortunately. So maybe one day. Oh dear. But there we go. All right, the last one for today. Well, Milky Bar Gold, continuing on. Yes, this one. What did I give this one? Well, to be honest with you, you might think, well, long story short, 1.5 out of 5 I gave this one. I thought this was pretty terrible, this product. Now, there's lots of craze at the moment for a caramel, caramelised white chocolate. That's the new thing, isn't it, at the moment? This one is literally just caramel flavoured white chocolate. And it was just too strong. It overpowered the white chocolate. It looks like it's going to be gold on the front, but it isn't. It just looks like a regular Milky Bar. So it's not gold at all. It's literally just flavoured, and it just wasn't very nice. It tasted very fake. It didn't taste like caramelised white chocolate or caramel or anything like that. It didn't look like it does on the wrapper. It was a really poor product, really poorly implemented. You know, just do a caramelised Milky Bar. You know, just make a caramelised white chocolate Milky Bar. Really disappointing, this one. I think it was a lot of people were looking forward to it, I think, but really disappointing. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't pleasant. Very artificial, just not a good product at all. So I think while I'm gonna just it's just basically 1.5 out of 5. I don't think it's quite lower than that, but it was really poor product. This one really poor. Still around now, you know, but I wasn't impressed with this one at all. Really wasn't. Yeah, and as far as gluten-free chocolate, yes, chocolate. Luckily, flakes are in that category. Oh, are they really? That's pretty good, because they're very nice. So it's not like you're compromising there. Persevere the best chocolate bar. Yeah, well, you know, they are very, very, very tasty, and they're definitely up there. Yeah, I don't know. Difficult one, best chocolate bars, but certainly, you know, they would certainly be up there. That's for sure. Yeah, I'd have to think about that. But yeah, and that's definitely a good one to have, Shuri. That's for sure, because I think that, well, as you say, that is one of the best ones. So yeah, so definitely not missing out on as far as that's concerned. Really good, that one, really good. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised at that. I thought usually when you think of things, you know, like that, you think, oh, I've got to eat things that are gluten free. You always assume everything's just going to be worse. But you know, maybe that is the case in a few things. You know, maybe bread and stuff like that, perhaps, possibly. But flake definitely up there, like you say. And in your case, you think it's the best chocolate bar there is, so that's even better. So I think that's a way of surviving, that's for sure. Well, that's good to hear, sure. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's quite difficult in some respects for other things, but at least chocolate-wise, you've got a good option there. You know, always a classic bar. Right, well, there we go, guys. Yes, I've done. Well, that's basically what I reviewed 1 year and 5 years ago. Some interesting ones there. I think the Barney one definitely was a good one from 5 years back. I feel like that was just a really good. I mean, cake bars, as I say, whenever I review them, they're always pretty disappointing. You know, they're usually quite dry and boring. These are like Maltesers cake bar or something based on something cake bar. It's always a bit sort of poor. But that Barney one, as I say, was really real breath of fresh air. Really nice one. I definitely recommend seeing it. If you can see that, definitely go for it. I think because it was really just it was just a real cut above most other cake bars. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I mean, you know, there's still, as I say, that shortcoming. You know, perhaps could have been filled a bit more, but the sponge was nice all the same. You know, so definitely want to recommend that one. That's for sure. I'm turning the lights off as I'm doing this, as you can see. But there we go. Yes, yeah. So there we go. So maybe put the camera back slightly back, although I think it might have moved back on itself. But there we go. Yeah, so there we are, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. There's some interesting products there, as I say. You know, yeah, and I think there's Barney cake bars. Try the regular ones if you see them, and I might try and review more of those. I think I'm sure they still do the regular ones, or not quite the dual ones, but other ones. But they were really, if you do see them, I think they're an instant buy. I don't think don't get carried away. They're not going to sort of blow your socks off. But as far as cake bars concerned, and for kids, substantial, look nice, have an interesting. Yeah, they're great for kids, to be honest with you. Just really great for kids. And but as I say, tasty and interesting for adults too, and certainly cut above most other cake bars that you see out there. You know, all these rinse and repeat ones where it's just basically a slab of sponge and you just change a bit of a cream on the top, like all these Malteser ones, or you know, M&M's ones, and this and all these ones that just have just change the cream on the top, and it's still cream at the end of the day, and it still doesn't taste that great. We might put in a few, I don't know, crunchy ball bits in or something. They're just something or nothing. You know, they're just pretty poor, those ones, like a 2.5, 3 out of 5 generally. But that's the Barney ones, just for very interesting, really nice, and yeah, worth going for, that's for sure. But those are Nestle products that I mean, as I say, the Milky Bar Gold and the Munchies Gold, they were just pretty terrible, those ones, to be honest, really terrible. So definitely avoid them one, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, obviously the Terry's Chocolate Orange Easter edition, it's still nice, but perhaps a bit disappointing. And all the Tony's products, unfortunately, that Ben and Jerry's collaboration was a real miss for me. I think the white strawberry cheesecake wasn't terrible by any means. It was still actually quite nice, but it was still a real missed opportunity. It really was. So yeah, but there we go. And the blue ribbon caramel as well. I mean, hopefully they'll bring that back now they've done the hazelnut one, because that was, you know, real really nice. Yeah, I say what it was. They actually made an effort with that one. Yeah, they made an effort. And yes, they did with the dark chocolate one as well, really, which was very good as well. And I think you can still get that one, so I always recommend that. I think that's a really nice product, actually. I think it's a 5 out of 5, basically, the dark chocolate blue ribbon. Really enjoyed it. You know, I think blue ribbon's quite bland. You know, they sort of are a bit, you know, there's a lot of wafer in there, but the dark chocolate one, everything's dark chocolate wafer, dark chocolate cream, dark chocolate on the outside. And it's not ridiculously rich like dark chocolate, but it definitely is an experience, and I just really liked it. There we go. Right, well there we are, guys, and congratulations to those who yes, won the memberships again. So congratulations to yes, Herv004, Thomas Rasmussen, DNA and DA and Vex and Ronnie as well. Congratulations to you. Well done. Hope you enjoy your membership. I'm saying hopefully I'll get the member exclusive out today. I was going to do it last week, but I thought I'd wait for this week to do it. You know, basically, so I might be a week behind. Hopefully not. Anyway, but it's been one of those where trying to get the Easter products done and out of it, so it's one of those. I've got limited time for them, so there we are. So hopefully I'll get there. Curiosity, what would the usual British dinner? 12 a.m. I see. To the British people. 12 p.m. I assume that means, yeah. Is there a standard? I don't know. Well, on Sunday dinner you have like you have this sort of roast beef and Yorkshire pudding affair going on. That's kind of a thing. That's usually on Sundays. I don't know really. Yeah, on average, I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Joe. Probably a sandwich of some kind, I think. You know, throughout the week. I think probably a sandwich of some kind is generally something. But I don't think there is a typical one. So yeah, it's interesting that. Yeah, I don't think there is one really. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone can leave a comment or mention now if they have any idea. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. But I think these days probably sandwiches, stuff like that. But certainly nothing groundbreaking, I don't think. Just a random note, or side note, if you ever seen Vitty's gluten-free hobnobs, I'd recommend them. I'm not the biggest hobnob fan, but they're the best gluten-free biscuits I've tried. Well, I love hobnobs myself, actually, sure, they're really nice. So yeah, I do love hobnobs, especially chocolate ones, but of course maybe the chocolate ones aren't gluten-free, I'm not sure. But well, maybe the chocolate would be fine, so that'd be interesting. But yeah, I do like hobnobs, I really do, and yeah, so they might be right up my street, actually, Shuri, so I'll have a look out for those. Yeah, we'll have a look out for them. Yeah, interesting. Wonder if they're wonder if all hobnobs are gluten. Well, maybe they're not, because I guess these are special ones. And they're chocolate coated as well. Wow, goodness me. Right. Yeah. Well, there we go. I'll give those a go. I wonder if all hobnobs are gluten free. Maybe then in that case, I don't know. Not considered that. Unless are these special ones, Shuri, so that the regular hobnobs aren't. But interesting though. Yeah, interesting one indeed. But yeah, well, I'll start saying goodbye. I think Shuri might be replying to that. But yeah, thanks so much, Shuri, for coming along, and yes, and Jow as well, of course. And yeah, sorry if there's a bit of a slowness with the chat, by the way. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. But sandwich, I think so, Jow. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. It's a difficult one, but there's no, there's no standard one really, I would say, or a typical one. Maybe on Sundays there might be, but I certainly, I don't know. It would be. I think probably sandwiches at work and things like that, maybe. But people sometimes, might have other things. So it can depend on the person. But I tend to see people, it's not uncommon to see sandwiches anyway. Yes, in a blue box with a big gluten-free branding on it. Thanks for the stream as always. Oh, no worries, Shuri. Thanks for popping along. It's really great to see you, and I'm glad you're doing well. And interesting. I'll look out for that then. Yeah, I'll look out for those interesting ones. I'll see if maybe I'll do a comparison. I thought it would be meat and potatoes. Something like it. Well, it could. I mean, that's probably the sort of Sunday dinner type of fare going on. People have it generally on Sundays. Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, it could equally be that. I'm not sure. It's just one of those. But a lot of people have things like pasta and stuff like that these days, and things like this. So there's quite a few different things. There's certainly no typical affair. I don't think. Maybe back in the day, it would have been a bit more like that. But yeah. But yeah, certainly these days, I don't think there's anything too obvious like that, really. Strangely enough, strange that. Yeah, comparison video would be great, especially for people who are looking in the whole gluten-free world. Yeah, I might have to do that then, sure. Yes, it's one of those, I might have to do that. Yeah, I'll see if I can see them, and if I do, then something I'll do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thanks for the tip-off, thank you. Most people eat at their homes, I suppose. Well, Yeah, it's a difficult one to say. When I see people at work and stuff like that, I tend to see, yeah, probably, yeah, sandwiches really. But of course, at work it's convenience. So I'm not sure really. Other than that, yeah, difficult one. So yeah, hmm, I don't know. Is the answer for sure. I could be completely wrong. An interesting one. Maybe I have to try and find out at some point. I don't know. Yeah, maybe do some kind of poll at some point, something like that. Yes, interesting. Yeah, it is an interesting one. It is an interesting one. But yeah, one of those. But definitely back in the 70s and 80s, it probably was more typical affair. But these days, I think people have, yeah, just lots of different things, I think. So, an interesting one. But nothing too dramatic, though. Much appreciated. Oh, thanks, Shori. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, thanks for the tip off there. And thanks for your comments as well. Great to see you. Great to see you. And you too, of course, Joe. Anyone else is watching? Scotty from before, of course. Anyone else? And Sweep as well, who turned up for a bit. Great to see you all, and congratulations again to those people who won the memberships. Yes, Herv 004, Thomas Rasmussen, DA, Vex, and Ronnie. Well done to you all. Enjoy your memberships. Thanks so much, guys. I say apologies if I've gone by the time your sort of message comes through. Sometimes it's a bit so slow. I do apologise for that. It's just, I don't know, YouTube I think playing up a bit, but there we go. But it's not me ignoring you. I'm just not quite seen it yet, but there we are. Thanks so much, Joe. Thanks so much, Shori. Thanks everyone else. Have a good weekend. Oh, you too, Joe. Have a great one. Enjoy it, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye for now. See ya.